On March 21st, the PKK, which is branded as an outlawed group by Ankara, made a historical request. The call for peace was in a message written by jailed PKK leader Abdullah Öcalan. It was read by a member of the Peace and Democracy Party, known as the political wing of the PKK. The message said, quote, "It is time for us to lay down our arms and fight our struggle democratically." Meetings between the jailed leader of the Kurdistan Workers' Party and the representatives of the Turkish government had been ongoing for months before the final call for a ceasefire was issued. In a recent televised statement, Turkish Prime Minister Recep Tayyip Erdogan called on the PKK to lay down their arms and leave the country.
Türkiye'de 30 yıldır terör can alırken
the PKK has been killing civilians for 30 years. Nobody has tried to end this conflict, and certain opposite parties have just made it worse. The PKK were scaring people and threatening them. Any problem with the PKK could lead to chaos.
However, it seems the PKK has changed its tune regarding the initial deal between the two sides. As in response to Erdogan's comments, a statement was posted on PKK-associated sites. It said, quote, "A withdrawal of the type suggested by Erdogan is not on the agenda of our movement. Once the necessary steps are taken by the state and legal and beneficial grounds are created on this basis, it will be possible for our forces to withdraw." Press TV caught up with a parliament member from the Peace and Democracy Party, and she elaborated their stance on the issue.
There needs to be a law that says what incentives the PKK will get if they retreat. They can't just drop their weapons and leave. The Kurdish leader said the PKK would lay down their arms, but they still need something in return. Both sides should stick to the agreement so they don't go back to war.
Fighting between the PKK and the Turkish armed forces has been ongoing for 3 decades and has left at least 40,000 people dead. On one hand, Öcalan has called for PKK fighters to make a controlled withdrawal from Turkish territory. On the other hand, his supporters want to know what they get in return. The key question is whether the Turkish government has the will to meet a great deal of Kurdish demands. Serena Shim, Press TV, Istanbul.